So
Yeah.
what did you think of Harvest Goddess?
Oh boy, I have so many opinions regarding this. Okay, so first of all, I actually found, because the thing is, I always thought the Harvest Goddess, especially this
Yes.
version, especially
Which
this
one?
the old one, the old version.
Yes,
I
yes.
always thought the old version of the Harvest Goddess in Prince of Town is
It was really
iconic.
good. Yes,
I always found it to
I
be very
agree.
iconic. Because when I
I
saw
agree.
it, and to be fair, in the beginning, I always thought to be like a very forgettable character, simply because, uh, like in the beginning when I first started doing like playing Harvest Moon, I just didn't care about the Harvest Goddess at all. I was like, why are you here? You're not really much of a character. You
Right,
don't show up much.
right.
It's only later on when I actually understood how to play and then like basically help the Harvest sprites and whatever. She keeps coming back and blah blah blah. And like
Dude, I used.
I
Mhm.
found her to be like she has this air of bitchiness, you know.
Dude, I was about to tell you. I used to think she was a bitch. I used to think, like, because sometimes she appears in the television, right?
Yeah,
On
yeah,
the
yeah. She does, she does,
television.
she does. Yeah.
And it's like, god damn, sometimes she can be such a bitch. And every time I pour something by the hot spring, like, it's just never good enough. She
Yeah.
always gives me such a disdain look of, like,
Oh my gosh.
disappointment.
And I think that bit of her is so good. It's so iconic. They did it so well.
True,
And I don't know.
true.
It's like you know that like the little drill hair of her, the one that what do you call
Yes,
that bun, that
yes,
side bun. Sorry, not drill.
yes, yes,
The side
yes.
bun of her is so iconic. I think it just adds to the bitchiness. I don't know why.
I think to me personally, it's
Huh?
more for me. It's more of representation of like Chinese mythical
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
folklore
Okay,
kind of thing.
okay.
So for me, it was like I know this was made by Japan,
Mhm.
but to me, I don't know why, but the Harvest Goddess always had me feeling some sort of like Chinese looking kind of thing. I think
Okay.
it's because of the bun, because I feel like
Oh, okay.
in our I mean in Chinese culture, the bun was like a huge deal, right? Like like a what is it called shang like a those girls wearing those qipao and then they have like the buns
Oh, yep, yeah, yeah.
at the top. Yeah, so I always assumed that it was like some Chinese thing. And then
Mm.
like when I saw the story of season version of it, I was disappointed at like how they seem to lack the whole oriental kind of feeling that we had from the
Oh,
original
okay,
Harvest
okay.
Moon.
For me, it's
And she mm-hmm,
for me personally with the new redesign.
yep,
I just have so many problems with it. Like, it just
right?
doesn't feel iconic. Like, there's
Like what's
no
up with her wand?
yeah, and the one. What's up with that? Honestly,
Dude, it reminds me, I don't know why, but it reminds me of like My Little Ponies for some reason. Like the whole concept of the whole thing on the right just looks like My Little Pony, which I just thought, yeah, you're right. It doesn't really do the whole Harvest Goddess kind of thing that they used to do back in the
yeah,
old Harvest Moon.
because there's so many questions you can ask with the left design. You know, just looking at her personally. So like she has
Well,
like
you think? Mm-hmm.
yeah, continue. No, you continue
No,
first.
no, no. Go on, go on, go on.
Okay. Because the thing is that with the left one, she has like so you mentioned again with the like Chinese Oriental look, and I agree with that. I
Yep,
personally agree with that
yep,
as well. She has like a
yep.
Chinese
Well,
hair,
Asian, I
like an
guess you can say. Yep,
Asian
yep.
look, and then like but her dress is almost like Middle Eastern, almost
Yes,
right, like a
yes.
Middle Eastern like belly dancer or
Like
something like that.
Jasmine. Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
yeah, yeah,
yep,
like Jasmine, exactly. That's what I meant. Yeah, and like
yep.
there's just so many cool weird questions that you could ask regarding her, like in terms of her design. It's like there's like little bits of
Definitely,
influence everywhere, you know.
definitely.
And
And if
then
you look at her face,
yeah,
she has personality. You know
yeah,
what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Like you can tell she's a bitch, and like just looking at that smirk right now is so annoying.
You can tell she's a bitch. She is a bitch.
Yeah.
That's why I put like a picture of her on the left because I felt like even though there was a clear picture of her, the one that I remember her most fondly was that picture from the GBA,
Oh, in the sprites.
section.
Yeah, in the sprites section.
Yeah, the sprite. So I feel like sometimes and some of the characters that you'll see later, there'll be some of them with the sprites on the left because I felt like the drawing didn't really do much of the showcasing of what we used to play or what we used to see when we play when we were kids, you know?
Ah, that's true. Because like
Yeah,
in the
but
game, you would usually see that one, right? That
yeah, exactly. And that's why I wanted to reiterate how different she looks in the story of season.
one.
Like she looks just like a typical fairy godmother in Story of Seasons compared to like this bitchy independent goddess.
I mean, it's really not good. I think personally, there's not a
I
lot of
personally think
yeah. And
I
I
agree.
saw, and because again, you mentioned the sprite bit, right? The one on like the bottom
Yep,
left corner there.
yep,
Um,
yep.
the thing is that the one you see on the right over there, the one with the story of season, that is the sprite
Mm-hmm.
as well. So like it'll just be cut out to the head.
Yeah,
Yeah, that will be
yeah. I
the
think I
facial
saw that
expressions
one.
that she'll make
And
overall.
she looks too kind,
She looks too
Like
nice.
she,
She
yeah,
definitely
doesn't
looks
look, doesn't fit.
nice.
I mean, look at the one on the left. You don't even have to look at the sprite. Like you can tell from her eyes, like her sharp eyes and her like gesture. She looks like she's better than you because she's a goddess. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying?
exactly. It's like I am a goddess. I don't listen to your opinions. And
Exactly. So
and the design is just so good, despite how much I hate her.
yeah, so true, so true. So would you say this was an injustice? Because I think it is.
I personally don't think this is a huge injustice, because like I don't know, there's so many. They did her so dirty in the design. Like honestly, like at least
Right.
in the
Yep.
redesign, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
Look at her hair. It's like long as hell. That's her hair, right? The
yeah,
blue
that's
one
her
as
hair
well.
all the way to the bottom to her feet.
My
That's her
God.
hair. Yeah.
Just doesn't look
I
the
don't know.
way we
So I
would.
think personally for me, the one like the few points about her that just makes me meh. It's the
Mm-hmm.
one and the like I guess tiara or the headband that she
Yeah.
has.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just weird. Like I
I
mean,
think to me was the dress.
the
It just
dress. The
didn't look
dress is
right.
also a pretty big one. Yeah, because it doesn't make sense to me, like visually wise.
Yeah, because I feel like it looks as if she was like some bird fairy, but it's like she's not even a bird. Like
She's
I
supposed,
don't get
yeah,
why.
and also she's supposed to be a representation of spring, I think, right? Because that's like literally when we usually meet the harvest goddess to begin with, right?
But that doesn't even look like spring. It looks like she's a winter princess, to be honest. Well, yeah, I would say this is an injustice. Nah.
And
What do you think?
injustice, yeah, pure
Okay,
injustice. I
so
think they did her
we're
really
we're
dirty with this particular design.
we're mutual on this. We're
Yeah,
mutual on this.
very, very poorly
Okay.
designed.
All right, we're moving on.